the conditions under which I have gone to jail for the second time, the first time was during Mrs. Gandhi's emergency. A lot of people here would not have been born at that time. That explains how old I am. I had started NewsClick with the idea that I should show my friends in the activist circuit how to use digital platforms and do it cheaply. I never set myself up as something that I would start an alternate media, a different media platform. But what happened is slowly that became my primary work. So this is the transformation marked by, I guess, my arrest, where I was arrested for NewsClick's activities and I spent 7.5 months inside. I must also say that the conditions under which I have gone to jail for the second time, the first time was during Mrs. Gandhi's emergency. A lot of people here would not have been born at that time. That explains how old I am. That experience and this experience were in some senses similar, some senses very different. One is, at that time, you had to pull the plug of the printing presses and the media had to fall silent. There was no alternate television channels, radio channels. They were all government at that point of time. And the only ones which could give a different point of view was really the news print media. There was censorship which was imposed at that point of time, even leaving blank columns, editorial columns were disallowed. So that was one kind of controlling of news. But after 19 months, as we know, Mrs. Gandhi did declare elections and she wanted to test whether people accepted her or not. And she finally, people said no, and she went. That was one transition we saw, and a rebirth in that sense of the democratic spirits of the people. And also belief that the Indian people knew how to discipline the leaders. And let's not forget, it is that confidence that they voted for Mrs. Gandhi again. And she didn't impose emergency again after that. So that confidence of the people, they can display, they can control their leaders. They know how to change the leaders. I think that is the essence of how democracy survives. Democracy doesn't survive only because of courts, only because of the press. It really survives because people believe in it. And people are willing to act for it in small ways and in big ways. And I think that is the spirit with which we are seeing the rebirth of resistance of different kinds coming out today. We have a much larger battle, not only for press freedom, but also for freedom of people to say what they want and do what they want. So I think all these issues today are coming to a head. Elections, one part of the struggle, but that is not all. So I'm going to say again that I'm happy that I am today a part of the media, which in different ways is willing to fight for its freedom of expression. The freedom to inform the people of what's happening in the country. I think I'm proud to be associated with all of you in that. I also would like to express my solidarity To all those who are inside, who have not yet been released, who have been in jail, for instance, the civil rights activist from Kashmir, Khurram Parvez, was in the same jail, Rohini jail as me. Irfan Mehraz, also again in the same jail as me. So, who is a journalist. So all these people, and these are only two names I'm taking, there are many, many more. We have Kashmir really under a mass-scale gagging of the media over there. We have the sense of fear that seems to pervade journalists today. That means that all of us have a responsibility to see that democracy, democratic spirits, and justice are preserved in this country. I thank you, all of you again who are here, and all those people who have participated in the various protests that have taken place in the action against NewsClick. A last word for me is my heart really goes out to my colleagues who have lost their jobs because NewsClick's accounts have been frozen, who have lost their professional equipment, and also have been put under a stress which no journalist should be put under. With these words, I'll end today, and thank you all for coming and being with me.